Alrighty. Well, welcome to Good, Bad, and Ugly Real Estate Investing again. This video is going to be on something that I kind of connected with earlier. Is something not a lot of people talk about, but it's really important, and most of you might just turn this video right off. But this video is going to be on what you need to do to actually succeed and grow and continue to get to a state where you get more freedom and more time. And it's something that nobody else expects, and nobody else wants to hear it because they all think it doesn't matter. But it's probably one of the single most important things. And if you actually listen to a lot of the people involved in real estate, they'll tell you exactly how they did it and how exactly it worked out. And they needed this. They needed this more than anything else, and they'll tell you they still need it to this day. I don't know how many people I've talked to that said they still they still use it to this day, even though they don't need it anymore, because it's that important. And what that is living a life of minimalism. Now, I am actually pretty busy nowadays, so I won't be paying attention to the camera. I'm doing one of those stupid, hi, I'm driving videos, let me promote to you, but it's not that. I'm just going to be driving home. So, here's the thing. Me and my situation. I currently bring in an income of about $4,000 a month, and which is good for some people, bad for others. For me in this location, it's okay. It's about a general median income. As you guys know that watch this video, I'm not currently wealthy. I'm a growing small real estate investment group, we have a growing small real estate investment group that I run. We're bringing more people in, and we're growing. We should grow exponentially this year. We'll see. So here's the thing. Minimalism. It sounds like something that a monk would be saying, but at the end of the day, it's massively true. Up until 4 years ago, I had a brand new car, as well as this used older car, and I was paying car payments on both. We had just bought a house. I was maxed out. I was maxed out on what I could live on. Back in the day, when I was younger and I'd first joined life, I knew that I couldn't afford these things and I had no credit. So I lived minimally. Had a minimal house, minimal car, minimal life. Now at the time, yes, that meant I couldn't afford hardly anything. But the difference being that I was only bringing in like less than $1,000 a month, and in Michigan. And I was trying to support 3 people on that. It was horrible. But it was no more horrible than when I had 2 cars with car payments, a house, and a house that wasn't making money. That's the difference. It was no more horrible than that. I was still struggling. I was still living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of times I was still borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. I was living in a nicer house. I was driving nicer cars. But the pain was still there, the ache was still there, and the annoyance of trying to figure out every day where it was going. And let me tell you, the fighting with my wife was still there. It's crazy. People are like, oh, money isn't everything. No, money is not everything. The love of money, root of all evil, all that good stuff, right? But the love of freedom is not a root of evil. And the root and the love of being able to provide and have a life that you can spend with your children, teaching them how to be good, wonderful adults and showing them what it means to give back. That is not evil. The love of money, sure. I'll let you go with that. Anyways, back on topic. So what was the difference? I was living a life like everybody else was living. I had what I needed to feel like I was, just as good as anyone else out there. But here's the thing, it stole from me. It was stealing my time. It was stealing my life. They were all liabilities. If you've read the book, Good Dad, Poor Dad, you'll know what a liability is. They were all liabilities. They just took from me. They were taken out of my bank account like little thieves, just stealing from me. I wasn't angry at them. I was just trying to figure out why they were doing this to me. I sold the new car for a loss. I paid off the old van. It took me years to do this. I threw every 2 cents I had at my house to pay down the mortgage so I could refinance it to a lower mortgage. And that's when I finally started getting to the point where I was happy again. I know so many people are out in the same situation. They hit a point in life where they feel like they're making a little bit more money, so they got to buy the car. They hit a point in their life where they feel like they're making a little bit more money, they've succeeded, they have to buy a house now because that's just what it means to be an adult and actually be a good adult. An adult that's taking care of their family, an adult that looks good amongst the other adults. The adult that wants to look like they are an adult, according to the other family members. So that's why, they're doing it. But here's the thing, you're not. You're not the adult you think you are. It's a lie. It's a lie sold to you by creditors and such. And it's a very good lie, and it makes a lot of money. Now I'm different. Now I drive my 2013 Dodge Grand Caravan, and I guarantee you I will drive this until I am over $1 million in equity. I guarantee you, which we created close to a little over $200,000 in equity last year. So I guarantee you I will be driving this until I'm multi-millions in equity. And until I'm in a I better be bringing in 4 times what I bring in now before I sell this car and move on to a brand new vehicle. That's how much I purely believe that I would have to make in order to own a brand new vehicle. That is my personal belief. So 2013 Dodge Grand Caravan, I bought a house. I saved up for it. I did my best to save up for the down payment, and I bought a house. My house is 1,600 square feet. It has a 2-car garage. It will be an investment property as soon as I move out to the next house. But currently I pay $450 on the mortgage, which is about 30% of the rental cost in this area for the same house. My house is currently a construction zone. It's safe for my children. It has a shower. It has a toilet. Okay, I'm making it sound horrible. It's got showers, toilets. It's got the works, but they're outdated. They need to be painted. They need to be fixed up. I just put in a new bathroom and fixed it up, and it took me time and money, and I did the work. But if you walked into my house right now, you would say, oh, okay, wow, this guy's living in a construction zone. Some of the floors are cement. Some of them are, getting redone. Some of the walls are drywall. You know what? It's embarrassment. Embarrassment will take from you. The things that will steal from you are pride, embarrassment. The love of money will steal from you. Holding on to money is not good. You need to be investing money in yourself and in your life. All right, moving on. My house costs me $460 a month. My car costs me insurance every month. My food intake. I've now just set up a plan with people I know to help raise chickens, raise pigs, raise cows. I'm going to be reimbursing them to a certain degree for the trouble and the effort and the work, and I really appreciate these people. They are wonderful, loving people. And we set it up so that we're going to be doing more of a family group feeding thing, right? We're going to be cutting our costs in order to up our value. Well, so now I'm going to be saving money on my meat that I used to eat every week. I just recently put a little bit of investment. I sunk about $400 into building a self-sustaining, self-watering garden. And that cost me some money, but it's an investment. I'm now going to be able to grow the majority of vegetables that I need to live on. Cutting costs is huge. Everybody always talks about invest, but they don't talk about cutting costs. You can't invest till you cut costs. You can't invest until you learn to live below your means. So let me tell you the good news. The good news is I live on about $4,000 a month. The better news is I actually don't. I would put away if I wasn't reinvesting into my business and career. My savings are about $1,800 a month. So I'm actually living on, per month, I'm living on, $1,800, $4,000, that's $220. I'm living on $2,200 a month, $2,200. Now my question is to you guys out there, how many of you guys make $2,200 and live on that every month? We're doing the same thing. I run a real estate investment group. I invest in properties all the time, but I'm living on probably what a lot of you guys live on, if not maybe way less. Some of you guys got two incomes. You're bringing in closer to $5,000 a month, and you can't live live on it. You can't make it. The stress and the pain of your life is horrid. The money, not being able to live on what you have, is tearing you apart. It's tearing your marriage apart. Oh my gosh, I don't ever want to be back there where I'm stressing over that kind of stuff. And I'm not where I am right now because I've made tons of money in investments. I actually don't make that much in my personal investments currently yet. Some of my money is based on I'm not self-made retired. I'm partially retired on military retirement. So that's it. You're watching me grow. You're not watching me be there. Watch other people I invest with me grow. That's what I want you to do. See what they're doing, because they're doing what should be done and what I'm doing currently to grow more. Back on it. So I'm saving $1,800 a month and reinvesting that in my life and my children. Now here's the question: is what matters to you? So most people would say that their family matters most, their religion matters second. You know, a lot of people would say it first. What matters? Their personal life and their loved ones matter the most. And I would say that the thing that really shows off how wealthy you are is your time. Your time that you can place in the things that you love that matter the most, whether that's charity, whether that's your children, whether that's your religion, whether that's, if you could be out there every day, let's go on a religious kick. If you can go out there every day and preach the gospel or the word or any word of your religion to the people of this world, what would that be worth to you? What would it be worth to you to be able to spend every single day out there spreading the word, bringing food to the homeless, showing the homeless how they can do better in life, helping them help themselves, helping them feed themselves, helping them feed others? If you could do that on a daily basis, what would that be worth to you, and what would that be worth to God or your religious affiliation? Now let's go on to the family. If you could spend every day with your family, if you could raise your children in a way that grow up to be respectable, giving back to the community, people that would 4 times turn your giving into 4 times the original effort because you've invested into your children, what would that be worth to you? It'd be worth amazing amounts. And money is not the object. The object is time. It's buying back your time by investing in yourself. It's buying back your time by not buying the brand new car. It's all the things that people spend on clothes. It's all the little things. When I say to myself, my gosh, it would be easier if I could just go out and buy that brand new thing that I needed that would make life easier. Easy is not the goal. Time is the goal. And time makes things not necessarily easy, but it gives you the ability to take a deep breath, exhale, and have all the time in the world to do the hard things. And that, I don't mind doing hard things. If I can do them when I want, how I want, the way I want, if I can teach my children through doing those hard things, that makes the hard things and the difficult things all worthwhile. I love doing hard things based on that. I love growing and creating and developing. I love all of that. And it's all given to me through time. Time not built through investing, but time built through cutting costs, cutting expenses, living a minimalist lifestyle. And that's what I'm saying right now. You can't do it if you don't live a minimalist lifestyle. Your lifestyle will always meet your income. It is the hardest thing in the world to teach yourself not to have a lifestyle that doesn't meet your income. It is so hard. I've spent years practicing. And let me tell you, there's still months that I step away and I say, shoot, I didn't save any money this month. I spent it all. There were costs that I thought I needed, but I actually didn't need. They were liabilities that I put money into that I didn't know. And I still do that to this day. It doesn't always work out perfect. I'm not great at it yet. And it's been years. It takes a long time to learn how to live below your means and to teach yourself that you don't need to look better than everyone else. That's another thing I'm grateful for. I spent a lifetime doing a lot that was very competitive. And, I was super competitive and I was really good at winning. And I'm okay with that. And it's a great and amazing thing to practice and to learn how to better yourself to the point to where most people can't outdo you in many factors. Driven to be the best. And that's a good thing. But what people usually do is they usually have that same drive, and instead of putting it into how to be the best, they put it into how to look like they're the best. They have the car, they have the succeeding lifestyle look. Well, I'm grateful that I don't have to have that look anymore. I can sit back at the end of the day when someone drives by my house and they see my hanging garden that looks like I'm trying to grow myself out of, out of the deficit of poor living, and they see my 2013 Dodge Grand Caravan. It's the only vehicle I own, except for recently I had to buy a truck. Didn't want to do it, but I was able to buy it in cash, and it's not that big a deal. But I did not want to do it, but the business called for it, and I spent a lot of time coming to that conclusion that I needed a vehicle like that. Anyways, back on track. I spent a lot of time actually figuring out that I didn't want to live. I didn't need to win anymore. I didn't need to look the best by showing the best to everyone else, or at least meeting their same standards that they had for each other and themselves. I don't need to look like I'm middle class. I can look like I'm poor. I don't care. You know what I'm wearing under this shirt? It's called my fire shirt. It's a cutoff t-shirt. It's what I usually wear. I wear cutoffs and jeans and a pair of boots, and I don't look like I have anything, and that's okay with me, because I have more riches and time than anyone will ever have, and I am so blessed to have that. And that's what's important to me. Yeah. And I don't need to look the part anymore. And I can sit back every day and I can have lots of pride in myself, because I might not look the part, but I don't care at all. I have so much pride in me to know that I am the part, that I have the time that no one else has yet. I want everyone else to have that time. And of course, I was talking to somebody else online the other day, and they said, well, yeah, but everybody else doesn't have the privilege and the means that you have to do that. And I had to explain to that person, I didn't have that 3 years ago. I didn't have the privilege and the means. And 10 years ago, I was living in a shack. And before that, I was homeless. So it took me a long time to get the means and the life, but now it's amazing, and I wouldn't trade any of that for what I have right now. And hopefully we can show you guys that there's a proven way to get that, and that I can prove it to you over the next course of this year, and then hopefully you jump in and you start working your way to it as well. All right, bye-bye.